Hello, I am Shashi Bhushan Tiwari. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to tell you what should be your top priority areas if you are preparing for JEE Main or JEE Advanced 2026 or 2027. Make sure that you listen to the end to grasp the whole idea. JEE is typically a low scoring exam. If a student is not selected, the reason is never that he or she was not able to solve the toughest 5 questions in the question paper. The reason is usually that the student was unable to solve the routine questions that appeared in the paper. So, if you are a sincere JEE aspirant, your first priority should be to improve on accuracy. You should be flawless in solving routine general questions that you are taught in regular classes. The second priority area should obviously be time bound practice, because in every exam you get a limited time to solve a certain set of questions. But what I want to stress upon here is that do not sacrifice your accuracy in order to be able to solve more and more questions in a limited time. That is not going to help. Never ever do that. Your topmost priority is to gain accuracy. This is your priority number 2. If you are fairly accurate in solving questions, then you should definitely practice solving a mock test paper in a limited time interval or a stipulated time interval. That will do a lot of good. But if you are struggling to find accuracy, if you are struggling to solve routine questions, and you just take a mock test and think that I will do well, or appearing in mock test after mock test, you think that something will improve. Actually, it will not. You should focus on accuracy, and when you are fairly accurate, when you are getting answers on regular basis to the questions, let us say 70 to 80% of the questions, then only taking a lot of mock tests makes sense. Then only the aspect of time management inside an exam hall becomes important. If you are not able to solve questions, how will taking more and more mock tests help you? It won't. The third most important priority area is revision. Whatever you have understood once by putting a lot of effort, you have understood something, make sure that you don't forget it. Trying to learn a new question, trying to learn a new concept is fine, but you have to ensure that whatever you already know is retained there inside your head. Because if at one end you are learning newer and newer things, and at the other end you are forgetting what you have learnt earlier, it just makes no sense. So, revision is priority number 3. Revise, revise, revise. You have to ensure that whatever concept, whatever fundamentals you have understood, it has to be retained. You just cannot afford to forget it at the expense of forgetting the earlier knowledge. There is no meaning of getting something new or acquiring some new knowledge or learning some new concept or learning some new trick. It is absolutely nonsense. So, whatever you have learnt once, make sure that you never forget it. So, repeated revision is must, priority number 3. People are often found saying that it is very easy to crack JEE physics just by mastering topics like maybe heat and thermodynamics, modern physics, optics, waves, etc., etc. What is the need of focusing a lot on mechanics? It is tough, leave it. Modern physics has high weightage and modern physics is easier. Why not master modern physics? Nothing is actually far from the truth. First and foremost thing that you need to understand is, even a topic like modern physics, or for that matter heat and thermodynamics, requires some basics of mechanics. Fact of the matter is that problems in modern physics may also need some basics of at least electricity, electrostatics and electricity. So, without having a solid fundamentals mean you know how to use calculus in physics, you know the how to add and subtract vectors, how to resolve a vector, what is dot and cross product, you have good idea of kinematics, you understand Newton's laws of motion, circular motion, work power energy, momentum conservation, and you have solved fairly good amount of questions on these topics, some amount of electrostatics and electricity. That is must. Without having solid foundation in these topics, you will never be truly able to understand subjects like modern physics or even wave motion or heat and thermodynamics in particular. There might be questions which will trouble you. In fact, there will be many questions which will trouble you. So, the first and foremost thing while you are about to start your preparation is to ensure that you acquire good fundamental. Good fundamental, that means in the beginning of the physics, the first initial chapters are absolute fundamentals which are used everywhere in the entire physics. So, students who are in class 11th right now, this is your prime time. Don't waste this time. Pay attention to what you are learning, what is being taught to you. Whatever you learn in class 11th, particularly during first 6 months or so, it is of immense importance for your entire physics curricula of 11th and 12th. So, please, you have to cover up, you have to understand basic topics first, then only you should aspire to learn topics like modern physics, thermodynamics or even wave motion. This is my sincere suggestion. Here, I'll make a note, I'll try to make a remark about dropper students. In many coachings, in physics particularly, dropper batches are started with optics. Students actually don't understand why it is being done so. Fact of the matter is, it is in the interest of the coaching. Students don't flow in bulk in that particular coaching institute. They are coming one by one, 4 students on day 1, 2 students next day, and so on and so forth. So, when a teacher is teaching optics, geometrical optics, it becomes quite simpler to accommodate new students in a running batch. But if a teacher is teaching electrostatics or mechanics, it becomes very difficult. But those of you who are sincere about JEE 2026 should understand this fact, that without learning the basics of mechanics, it is not worth trying to learn any other part of physics. Okay, geometrical optics I also understand is a bit independent, but apart from that, every other branch of physics is basically interlinked. In fact, in geometrical optics also people make questions which involve mechanics. So, it is absolute necessity that first half of the mechanics is the first thing that you try to master when you are preparing for JEE Physics. So, beware of this thing. The next most important thing, the next priority area is that you should not waste lot of time searching for difficult questions. No, as I said earlier also, accuracy is more important than how much knowledge you have. Whatever knowledge you are having, are you able to translate it in terms of solving a problem inside the exam hall, that is what will fetch you marks. Knowing everything that exists on this planet Earth, knowing every question that is there in the plethora of books is not going to help. So don't unnecessarily run after chasing difficult questions. My channel, my YouTube channel on which you are watching this video gives you number of, in fact hundreds of videos, problem solving videos, which are exactly up to the standard of JEE Advanced. Except for maybe 1 or 2 videos, all the videos are appropriate for a student preparing for JEE Advanced. I hardly deviate from JEE Advanced syllabus. So this is the kind of channel you must subscribe to, and you should make sure that you watch the earlier videos, older videos also on this channel. There are hundreds of good problems and the solution is quite descriptive. Your concepts will get cleared. So don't miss this chance. And besides that, if you become a member of this channel by paying a small monthly fee, you get even more videos. So but in fact, the point I am making is, don't unnecessarily waste your time in chasing the toughest possible question. Students just do not understand. Please try to understand this thing. This is very important. Particularly droppers, you have to understand this. Otherwise, you are going to waste 1 more year. And always prioritize quality over quantity in every aspect. I mean, solving hundreds of similar problems with no or very little variation is not going to help. Rather than that, solve 25 problems which have variations which are genuinely different, and they give you, every problem gives you some learning. That will be much more beneficial. Quality over quantity. Similarly, don't try to study for 12 or 14 hours. No, it makes no sense absolutely. Rather, if you are a dropper student, yes, if you are a dropper student, you don't go to school and all, then also you should not be studying more than 7 to 8 hours in a day. Yes, I am seriously giving you this advice. Spend some time doing some exercise or playing some game. At least 1 hour every day is must. Spend some time having gupshup with your friends. At least half an hour to 1 hour is must. Then when you go to your study table, do focused and intense study. Keep all distractions away. When you are on your study table, books, your thoughts, your notebook, they are your only companion. Keep your mobile in a separate room. If possible, give it to your mother. As long as you are studying, don't think about your mobile phone. Don't think about anything else. Do focused study, intense study. 2 hours, 3 to 4 times in a day is more than enough. I don't know how people can do more than this actually. If you are a school going student, class 11th or 12th student, then maybe a self-study time of 4 to 5 hours will be good enough. Yes, on holidays you can extend it to 6 to 8 hours, but otherwise, even if you go to school, you think that you are hard pressed for time, then also it is utmost necessary to ensure that you have some kind of physical activity in the day. If you have played some game in the school, fine. If you have done all those gup-shup with your friends in the school, that's also great. Then you are basically fresh when you are at home, and after taking some amount of rest, you can study as long as your focus is there. So students, keep all these six facts in your mind and do prepare well. Best of luck.